I would be remiss if I let this podcast go without addressing something like that you brought up. You know, there need to be more female identified trainers training female identified people to get strong AF. And I believe, I have conviction that it must be through weightlifting. I have to make that point because just recently I heard of two people who, two women who have worked with female physical therapists that are trying to convince them that weightlifting is bad for you and weightlifting is dangerous. And if you want to get strong, all you have to do is take bar classes and Pilates and you're strong. And I am disappointed. I'm very disappointed in hearing that because I revere physical therapists. I think physical therapists are some of the smartest people in the world when it comes to the human anatomy and the body and training people. And to hear that there are female physical therapists out there that are trying to convince their female patients not to weightlift, it really hurts me and it offends me. And quite frankly, I view it as an assault on women. And I just think that there needs, and there should absolutely be more male trainers that are convincing their female friends and clients and family members to be weightlifting. And I think there's this horrible, weird, random image that weightlifting equals CrossFit or weightlifting equals bulking up like China, the pro wrestler, rest in peace, or Dana Lynn Bailey, if people get that reference. But that's not what weightlifting is. Like weightlifting doesn't have to be a strongman event. Weightlifting could be lifting 5-pound and 10-pound weights overhead and horizontally and vertically and squatting them, and science has proven time and time again that weightlifting wins when it comes to getting strong, getting stronger faster. And, it's so funny because that's what I started out doing 15. And I didn't think I was all that weird or peculiar or unique by doing that. But I gotta tell you, like in the 4 years the 4 gyms I've worked at and the dozens of gyms I've worked out at, I've seen other female trainers or male trainers working with female clients and doing very simple things. And I'm like, don't you think that person could handle a bit more though? Like, I just worry that we're convincing women that weightlifting is not the answer. And I think that a lot of their health concerns and physical concerns could be addressed with weightlifting. And I realize I'm being redundant at this point, but I don't know how many times to say it. I really don't. I've been doing this for almost 6 years and I'm still stunned that my female friends and clients are still getting the idea that weightlifting might not be safe, Yeah. Nauseates me.
Well, it's up to you. It's up to us.
Truly.
So yeah, I mean, again, that's part of our job. That's part of our responsibility. And I mean, I think as coaches who are also content creators and, to some degree, like have a goal of building an audience, there needs to be some sort of principle backing that up. So it's like, what good theoretically would it do the world if suddenly you had 50 million followers? What would you be able to get across? If it's nothing, then that's a waste. But if it's something like, hey, I don't know if you want to maybe use this, language, but you've been lied to, you've been sold a bill of goods, and I'm here to show you the way, so to speak. And, again, I think every good trainer probably has a little bit of that, like, chip on the shoulder or mission or something where it's like, you know what, like, this is the way that it needs to be, and I'm going to be a bastion for that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that's what got me. That's why I launched #GirlsWhoLift in 2016 in Chicago, because, and again, I guess I was the only female trainer. I mean, no, that gym was great. And there are so many exquisite trainers there, especially some of the female trainers I miss dearly. But I was just like, weird that no one else thought of this before me. Like, it's 2016. Like, I just got in this industry a year ago, you know? How come this gym wasn't doing something similar? I actually got accused of stealing the idea from someone else in Chicago. And I was like, whoa, like, instead of women being like, oh, that's badass that you're also doing something similar that I'm doing at my gym across the city, it was like, oh, did you take that idea? I'm like, no, but isn't it cool that we're actually doing good for our female clients? Yeah, that was weird. But yeah, I think, yeah, I just feel passionately about that. And I'm totally cool with the idea that some of my clients think that I'm like this genius because I gave them a kettlebell and 6 weeks later they feel strong as an ox. I'm like, okay, you can think I'm a genius, but like, it's just science. Like, it's just like what training is, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.